My name's Brianna Turner.
My name's Kalen Turner, and I've been coming to Oasis since the beginning, off and on.
My name is Brenton. I've been at Oasis since October.
My name is Mary, and I've been attending Oasis since 2017.
So our daughter, Kinsley, was about 8 years old when strange things started happening.
She started passing out a lot, and one of the times she passed out, it was a big enough deal. She had to be hospitalized for it. She was diagnosed in the hospital with something called PNES, and she would pass out several times throughout the day.
Kinsley would revert to acting like a baby, not knowing how to speak, not knowing how to walk. She would have real hearing loss, chronic headaches, stomach pain.
So when I was 11 years old, I was put into foster care, separated from my family, separated from my siblings. You know, in order for me and my siblings to go back and live with them, they had a job to do. They had to get a job, and they had to get off drugs and stuff, and they ended up not doing that. So my soul was just so congested. I always felt like I had a heavy heart. You know, I tried to fill that hole in my heart with different things, sports, girls, really anything that I can get to distract myself from what I was really feeling. But at night, I couldn't escape that feeling. And I had no clue what I wanted to do with my life.
I grew up in a high-stress household. I had a sister with special needs and seizures, and so from a young age, anxiety was all that I knew. Whether it was anxiety from not knowing whether or not my sister was going to live or die from the seizures, or just meeting someone new and not knowing if they would want to be my friend. The more and more areas of my life that were controlled by anxiety, the more that I hated who I was.
Billy and Dawn led us in prayer, and from that day forward, we just every day laid our hands on our daughter and prayed for God to heal her through the soles of her feet, through the top of her head.
6 months after the first episode, she hasn't had any kind of episodes or passing out or anything like that. She's completely healed.
I was at school one day and I ran into a dude named Luke. I started attending his Bible study. I went to the men's retreat in Tonto Rim, and I decided to go fully in. So I decided to get baptized, and ever since then my life has completely changed.
I remember attending a church, and the person that was speaking was talking about Lazarus and the story of when Jesus called him by name, that death no longer had a hold on him, that he was raised to life. And I remember so strongly in that message, the Lord saying, Mary, I'm calling you by name. What are you gonna do? And I remember saying, okay, Lord, I'm giving this to you. Do what you will, have your way. And in an instant, everything changed. From that moment forth, self-hatred and anxiety have no rule over my life.
Now that we're a year out watching Kinsley thrive, I can't but say that her life was meant for more, and God is speaking through her and using her now.
When you put your faith in Him and you turn to Him in your troubles, no matter what, He will answer all of your prayers, and He will heal no matter what if you just give it to Him and let Him do things in His time. And it's unbelievable, the transformation that we've seen take place.
I have a whole new peace in my soul, and now all I want to do is share the message of the Lord. I know it's only been a couple months, but I definitely feel like I'm on fire for the Lord now, because all of the stuff that the enemy put me through, tortured me with, now God has redeemed me through that, because I really was made for more than, what happened to me in the past.
I was made for more than my anxiety and self-hatred. I was made to live a joy-filled, peace-filled life. And I'm so thankful to say that I get to live that every single day. I serve a powerful God and a powerful Savior that has ripped that away from me, and I am transformed. No matter where you're at, our God is more powerful. You were made for more than whatever you're going through.